Welcome back to my Madden 23 relocation franchise with the Oklahoma City Bison, and today we get to jump into our fourth preseason of the series. The major addition to this team on the offseason was wide receiver Matthew Lamb. I traded up to the number 2 overall pick to get him. He comes in as an 81 overall, but he was not the only receiver I took in the first round. I would then trade up to pick number 21 in the draft and take wide receiver Cooper Parker, who comes in as a 77 overall, but with 98 speed. Now moving on to the players that I signed off screen, I brought in Carson Wentz to be a backup quarterback, a mentor quarterback, because he does have that player tag. It gives guys like Keyshawn Gaither and Donnie Westerman just a little bit more experience every week. And then I also brought in undrafted free agent Jaron Morris. Wide receiver Coco Johnson was sitting in free agency. He's been with us the first few seasons of this series, so I decided to bring him back as a little bit more depth. And then I also signed wide receiver Sterling Shepard more as depth and as a mentor receiver. I felt like we needed to get better at the third tight end just in case someone got injured, so I decided to bring in tight end Drew Sample, who comes in as a 72 overall. For a little bit more depth on the team, I also decided to bring in defensive back Troy Pride. He comes in as a 73 overall. And then I brought in 2 strong safeties because we only had Amir Brinkley on the roster. I signed J-Ron Curtis as a backup and a mentor safety, and then also undrafted rookie Richard Nava. I'm not sure how much we're going to watch of the preseason. We're at least going to watch the starters in the first few drives of this game, but then we'll figure out exactly where we're going after this one. We will get to see the offense with their brand new weapons first. Keyshawn Gaither out in shotgun from the 25-yard line. He'll take the snap and look to pass on the first play of the preseason. He finds a man over the middle. That is our tight end, George Carson, for a gain of 11 and the first down. Gaither out of a 5-wide set will look to pass. Standing back in the pocket. Now he throws underneath. That one will be caught, I believe, by Darius Slayton. He'll get brought down to the 42. That is a 6-yard gain. Now Gaither comes back in shotgun here on 2nd and 4. With, I believe, that is Nyheim Hines. Never mind, that is not Nyheim Hines. We actually got rid of Nyheim Hines. On 2nd and 4, he's going to load up and go deep downfield, but that's going to be intercepted by Jalen Ramsey. That was intended for Deshaun Slaughter, and I completely forgot that we got rid of Nyheim Hines. Our new running back is Quez Watkins, who is apparently going to be injured on the play. Just a couple plays after the interception, it is now a 3rd and 6. Tua back in shotgun. He'll take the snap and look to pass. Standing back in the pocket now, throws downfield, finds Cooper Kupp, but he won't get to the marker. 4th and 1. We start the next drive at the 26-yard line. Gaither will line up under center. He takes a snap, hands off to Antonio Gibson, and he is going nowhere. That would bring up a 2nd and 10 now. Gaither back in shotgun. Gibson still the running back. I still want to see us throw toward new receivers here. Gaither will take the snap and look to pass. And he's going to throw deep downfield, and that one will be caught along the sideline. Never mind. Way out of bounds, and that was Deshaun Slaughter. Now 3rd and 10. From the 27-yard line, Gaither back in shotgun. Gibson is the running back. Can we convert here? He'll take the snap and look to pass. A quick throw to the outside will be caught, I believe, by Carson, but it leads to a 4th and inches, and we will punt the ball away. The defense would force another 3 and out, so we get to see our starters again. Gaither back in shotgun from the 18-yard line. We'll start with a handoff to Gibson up the middle, who will make Aaron Donald miss and get brought down for a gain of about 5 yards. Okay, it was only a gain of 4 yards, but it brings up a 2nd and 6. Gaither back in shotgun again. We'll take the snap and look to pass. A quick throw that is caught by George Carson, still only throwing to old players, but it leads to a 3rd and 4. From the 25-yard line, Gaither back in shotgun. Gibson still the running back. He'll take the snap and look to pass again. Standing back in the pocket. Has a lot of time, now steps up, finally throws it deep downfield, but overthrows a man. I believe that was intended for Darius Slayton, and we will punt the ball away again. We'll jump into Oklahoma City's next drive, where it is 3rd and 11, down by 7. Gaither out of shotgun will drop back to pass. He's under pressure. He goes over the middle. That'll be caught by Gibson for the 1st down. Just a couple plays later, it is now another 3rd down. It is 3rd and 10. Gaither back in shotgun. Will take the snap and look to pass. He throws down the sideline. That'll fall incomplete, intended for Deshaun Slaughter, and they will once again punt the ball away. Not a great debut for our brand new offense. I decided just to jump to the end of the game after the starters got pulled. The final score is 31-13. Franchise quarterback Keyshawn Gaither goes 5 of 11 for 43 yards and an interception. Donnie Westerman came in and went 23 for 30 and 2 touchdowns. Running the ball, no one really did anything, and then receiving Darius Slayton 8 for 81 and 2 scores. He is running with the 2s right now because I made Matthew Lamb and Cooper Parker be our number 1 and I think number 3 receivers. So right now Slayton's a little bit down on the depth chart, so he'll probably get a little bit of playing time with the backups here in the preseason. Over on defense, leading the team in tackles will be Carl Tiller, Rocky Sin, and J-Ron Curse. In sacks, we got none, and in interceptions, we got 1 from J-Ron Curse. Now let's see how the Rams play. Their backup quarterback comes in and goes 14 for 22 for 2 touchdowns. Tua 8 for 12 and a touchdown. Running the ball, looks like Elijah Mitchell was their best runner, 6 for 89 in a score. And receiving, Cooper Kupp 6 for 122 and 2 touchdowns, and Dakota Clement 4 for 34 and a touchdown. In the second preseason game, the starters tend to get about a full half of play, and we're going to probably just let that go. I may put in the undrafted quarterback in the second half whenever I simulate it, but let's jump into the second preseason game and see if our offense can get off to a better start. Well, Gaither, let's see if the offense looks a little different this time. 1st and 10 from the 25-yard line, out in a 5-wide set to start things. He'll drop back to pass. He'll throw down the middle of the field. That'll be caught by George Carson for the first down, a gain of 11. 1st and 10 now from the 36. Gaither back in shotgun again. He'll take the snap and look to pass. Standing back in the pocket, now he throws underneath. That's caught by Darius Slayton, and he will be brought down to the 43. That brings up a 2nd and 4. I'm getting a strange sense of deja vu. Is this exactly how we started the last game? 2nd and 4, he'll drop back to pass. A quick throw to the outside is caught by Carson for the first down. He'll be forced out of bounds in Tampa Bay territory. Now on 1st and 10, we come out under center, and Antonio Gibson is the running back. He'll take the snap and give it to Gibson, who goes to the right side, and he'll get brought down near the 40 for a gain of about 6 yards to bring up a 2nd and 4. Now Gaither lines up in shotgun from the 41-yard line. With Quez Watkins at running back, we give it to Watkins for the first down, brought down to the 35. With Antonio Gibson at running back, but he'll drop back to pass. Dropping farther back, rolling out to the outside, needs to get rid of it at some point, and is going to get sacked all the way back at the 44-yard line. He's got to learn to throw that one away. 2nd and 19 now. From the 44, Gaither will take the snap, a quick throw over the middle. That'll be caught by Carson, and he will fight all the way down to about the 36-yard line. That brings up a 3rd and 10. Gaither back in shotgun. Watkins is the running back. Can we convert on this play? He'll take the snap and looks to pass. Standing back in the pocket again. Has a lot of time to throw. He's going to step up. And finally he's going to take off and just slide down for a 4-yard gain. So I guess now we will see if new kicker Riley Patterson can make a 49-yard field goal try. The snap, the hold, the kick is away, and we're up 3-0. Following a 3-and-out, we get to take over at our own 32-yard line. Gaither back in shotgun. Watkins is the running back. He'll take the snap and looks to pass. And he throws downfield. That one will be caught by Darius Slayton for the first down to the 44. He lines back up under center. With Antonio Gibson in at running back still. Gaither will take the snap, and a quick throw downfield will be caught by Cooper Parker, and finally we get to see one of the new guys. That one for a gain of 9. Brings up a 2nd and 1. Back in a 5-wide set here in Tampa Bay territory. He'll take the snap and drop back to pass. Standing back in the pocket, he has a bit of time to throw. It's going to run out eventually. He's finally under pressure, and he's going to get sacked back into Oklahoma City territory. Can't really blame the offensive line for that one. Most likely a coverage sack. I'm going to assume no one ever came open downfield. 3rd and 12 from the 42. Gaither will take the snap. He's under pressure, rolling out to the outside. Hit as he's throwing downfield. That one will be intercepted by Tampa Bay, and they will get to take over near the 45-yard line. We jump into the Bisons' next drive. It's still 3-0. It is 3rd and 6 from their own 30. Gaither will take the snap and look to pass. Standing back in the pocket. Now throws over the middle. That's caught by Parker for the first down to about the 40. A couple plays later, it is now 3rd and 9 from the 41-yard line. Gaither out of shotgun will take the snap and drop back to pass. He throws downfield. That'll be caught, and that is Antonio Gibson breaking 2 tackles to get the first down. Gibson able to keep that drive alive. Now Gaither comes back in shotgun from the 46. Quez Watkins is the running back. He'll drop back to pass. Stand back in the pocket. Gaither maybe looking to go deep downfield. Has a lot of time, needs to throw it at some point. Will finally throw deep downfield, and he finds his man. That's, I believe, Darius Slayton. Almost said Deshaun Slaughter, but Slayton down to the 18. Now a couple run plays later, we are in the second quarter with a 3rd and 2. Gaither lines up under center. Gibson is the running back. He'll drop back to pass. A quick throw to the outside is caught by Ian Thomas for the first down. You know, down here in the red zone might be a good opportunity to test the 2nd overall pick, Matthew Lamb. 1st and goal from the 6-yard line. He will send a man in motion. That is Deshaun Slaughter. He takes the snap and will look to pass. He rolls out to the outside, throws on the run, caught by Thomas, who will be brought down immediately. Now we come out in a goal line set from the 4-yard line. Gaither lines up under center. It's a handoff to Ian Thomas up the middle, who will get down to the 2. That sets up a 3rd and goal, and we come back out in another goal line set. He lines up under center. He takes the snap, gives it back to Ian Thomas up the middle, who powers his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Oklahoma City. Still up 10-0. The Bison get the ball back. It is 3rd and 6 from their own 26. Gaither out of shotgun will drop back to pass, and he throws over the middle. That is caught for the first down by Antonio Gibson, breaking tackles, but there is a flag down, and I have a feeling it's going to be holding, so this might be coming back. Holding on the offense. That will make it 3rd and 16 instead. Now Gaither back in shotgun. Quez Watkins is the running back. He'll take the snap and look to pass. dropping farther back. Now he'll throw it underneath and throws right to a defender, and he will have a chance to return this, but for some reason ran into the pile. The Buccaneers would take advantage of the great field position to make it 10-7. Now 2nd and 10. Gaither will drop back to pass. Standing back in the pocket. He throws deep down the right side. That one will be incomplete, intended for Cooper Parker, but it sets up a 3rd and 10. Gaither back in shotgun. Watkins is the running back here. 7 minutes to go in the half. He takes the snap and looks to pass. Sales standing in the backfield. Now dancing around. Finally throws it down the sideline. That will be incomplete. Following the punt, Tampa Bay would make it 14-10. Now with 3:50 to go, we take over at the 25-yard line. Gaither in shotgun on 2nd and 10. Will looks to pass again. He's rolling back and now going deep downfield. He has a man in single coverage, and that will fall incomplete, intended for Darius Slayton. Now brings up a 3rd and 10. From the 25-yard line again, Gaither back in shotgun. Watkins is the running back. He'll take the snap and looks to pass. Gaither standing in the backfield, and now will throw to the sideline. That one will be caught by Carson for the 1st down. A 3-yard run from Antonio Gibson brings up a 2nd and 7. Under 3 minutes to play in the half. From the 40-yard line, Gaither will go back to Gibson, who goes up the middle, and Antonio Gibson will fight for the 1st down. That brings up a 1st and 10 from the 49. Gaither back in shotgun. Gibson is the running back. He takes the snap and looks to pass. Standing back in the pocket, now throws downfield, caught by Gibson, and Gibson will get another 1st down. A couple run plays later, it is now 3rd and 5. About 1:35 to go here in the half. He'll send Antonio Gibson in motion, so now he is the only one in the backfield. Gaither will take the snap and looks to pass. Dropping further back. Now he's going deep downfield, and that one will be knocked out of the air. So we get to see Riley Patterson yet again. This one for about a 52-yard try to make it 14-13 right before halftime. The snap, the hold, the kick is away, and this one will be good. And we at least get the win in this preseason game. We'll see how the backup quarterback played. The final score was 19-17, so we never found the end zone again, but at least Riley Patterson seems to be pretty reliable. Gaither looked good at some points in the game, but finished with a pretty rough stat line. 13 for 22, 138 yards, no touchdowns, and 2 interceptions. The undrafted rookie, Jaron Morris, goes 14 for 23, no touchdowns, but no interceptions. Running the ball, Antonio Gibson ran for 44 yards. Receiving, Darius Slayton had another pretty solid day. George Carson also had a pretty solid day. Over on defense, leading the team in tackles is Trent Woodard and Daryl Nix, who both got 5. In sacks, Jaron Kurtz got 1, Yannick Ngakoue got 1, Grover Stewart got 1, Mac Potts got 1. He is one of our rookie draft picks. Daryl Nix got half of 1, and Kevin Dahmer got half of 1. Interceptions, we got none though. Now let's see how Tampa Bay did through the air. And Greg Giles, their star quarterback, goes 13 for 18 and 2 touchdowns. Their backup goes 8 for 14. Not a great day. Running the ball, they really could never do anything. And then receiving, Chris Godwin, 8 for 88 and a touchdown. And then it looks like Cade Otton also caught 1. In the final preseason game, the starters generally play all 3 quarters. I'm going to let that happen, but I'm going to simulate this entire game because I do simulate a lot of games in this series. I want to see if our offense can work any better if I'm not actually watching, if I'm just simulating. We get the win here in the final preseason game, but I don't think the offense looks much better. They did find the end zone at least once. We'll get to see exactly how that happened, but the final score today is going to be 24-9. Well, Keyshawn Gaither at least found the end zone today. 22 for 36, 289, 1 touchdown and 1 interception. Donnie Westerman, 7 for 10, 57 yards and a touchdown. Running the ball does not look like a lot happened, but Quez Watkins did find the end zone once. And receiving, Darius Slayton, 7 for 72. And Matthew Lamb finally got involved in the offense, 6 for 108. George Carson, 6 for 58 and a touchdown. And Drew Sample, 1 for 4 and a touchdown. Over on defense, leading the team in tackles will be Grover Stewart and Daryl Nix. In sacks, it looks like that goes to Grover Stewart and Kevin Donald. Interceptions, Taquan Barnett got 1. I think he's our 5th best defensive back. And let's see how the Steelers played. Brock Purdy, who apparently is their main quarterback, goes 13 for 28, 121, no touchdown, no interception. And then Matt Goldstein, a backup quarterback, goes 1 for 9 and 5 yards and an interception. Running the ball, Najee Harris ran for 62 yards, and their best receiver was apparently KJ Hamler, 5 for 42, or maybe Justin Sawyer, 5 for 45. And now we need to make 11 roster moves to get the roster down to 53 players, but let's go see if there's anyone I can afford to trade away first. It probably is not going to be a very popular decision, but I am looking at trading Darius Slayton. I think Matthew Lamb can be a really good #1 receiver for us this season. They're the same in overall. Yes, Lamb is a little bit slower, but I don't think that matters as much. And then with a guy like Darius Slayton on the roster, I still have Deshaun Slaughter and Cooper Parker, and I think both of them can really help the team out this season, so I think we're going to get rid of Darius Slayton. So we have sent Darius Slayton to the Minnesota Vikings, and in exchange we get a second-round pick in the next draft. I don't think there's any other trades I want to make, so let's make 10 more roster moves here of cutting players or moving players over to the practice squad. The first thing I'm going to do is take undrafted free agent quarterback Jaron Morris, move him over to the practice squad, and then right now we will leave Carson Wentz on the roster. The next move is moving running back DeMario Jarrett over to the practice squad. I actually was going to do this last season, but he actually got injured in the preseason, and then I just had to put him on IR the whole year. We are going to be cutting tight end Bryson Leach. I believe I've had him on the practice squad the last 2 years, obviously not progressing much. With us drafting defensive end Mac Potts, we're going to go ahead and cut defensive end Michael Clemens so Potts can get a little bit more playing time. I'm also going to be cutting defensive back Troy Pride Jr. I know I just brought him in during the preseason, but I think a guy like Saquon Barnett can probably develop a little bit more. Undrafted free agent Richard Nava will also be going over to the practice squad. Left tackle LaMarcus Baldwin will also be heading over to the practice squad, along with center Spencer Sands. He may get taken off the practice squad, but we're going to move running back Shelton Hall over to the practice squad as well. I tried to make some room for him to have 3 quarterbacks on the roster, but there's no one else I would rather cut, so we're going to go ahead and cut quarterback Carson Wentz as well. That will wrap it up for this preseason though. In the next episode, we will kick off Season 4 in Week 1 against the Washington Commanders. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and I will talk to you next time.